I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This here's the Christian Trucker, and we're going to do a video today about the number one rule in my perspective, in my view, for owner-operators or business owners. That rule is use it or lose it. You only have one chance to make your money today. You're not going to get to redo today. You're not going to get a do-over. At the end of the day, if you didn't make a profit or if you didn't move, you're not going to get a chance to redo that. You have one shot, and that is right now. If you're going to make money, you got to get out there and you got to make money. But cost per mile is what it costs you per mile. And inside of those costs are your lease payments or your rent payments, whichever one that may be. And if you don't make those payments, your minimum cost, if you don't make that minimum cost, you could lose your business. So sitting at home saying, I'm not moving until I make profit, hey, that may work for some people. Some people may not care if they lose to trucks or trailers. But as a business owner, sometimes you have to run just to make that minimum cost to keep your business alive. And that's where a lot of people mess up. You must be able to tell yourself, look, I've got bills to pay. I've got this minimum cost per mile. It would be great if I could make above it. But sometimes it may be a situation where you have to just move it to where you can make that minimum cost per mile. So you can keep your business alive. Keep your truck keys. You know? Because, look, I'm here to tell you, the lease companies and the finance companies and the banks, they are willing to help, but they are also willing to hurt. If you don't pay them their money, they will march right up to your house or your business and lock it down or take it back. That's their business. And then they will sell it and make a profit. So whenever they're coming to get your stuff, hey, they're going to come with a smile. They're not going to be hurting because they done made the money that you paid. Plus, they're going to make the money that the next guy's going to pay. So they're going to make a little bit more on that business or that truck. They're not in business to lose money. Look around at the banks and the financial institutions, at the mega structures that some of them are building. There's a credit union over in Pensacola that I watched grow from a small operation into a huge operation. I mean, they probably got hundreds of callers now. It's crazy. Ideally, we'll all have paid off equipment, and then our cost per mile will be extremely low. And we'll always be making profit. But even whenever your cost per mile is extremely low, you have to take into account, what if I want to expand? What if my truck breaks down? I need to make those preparations. So it's best to operate like you're paying a truck note or a trailer note and putting that money to the side above and beyond your regular maintenance fund. You want to be a very strong business. In order to be a very strong business, you have to have a strong bank account built up. Maintenance fund, if you ask me, a maintenance fund, that's for beginners. Alright? In the beginning, when you start leasing and when you buy your truck and you are new to the owner-operator game, everybody is talking about the maintenance fund, the maintenance fund. Yes, you're going to need a maintenance fund because you're going to be scraping by the skin of your teeth on multiple weeks. That's why they talk about the maintenance fund. And you need to look at that and think, wow, if it's going to be that tight, this truck's got to move. You need to know your numbers. You need to know your cost per mile. You need to know every expense. You can even have two sets of numbers, your cost per mile just to keep your business afloat, and your cost per mile that includes all of your household bills. everything, your own personal financial statement, drawn down to how much it cost you per mile. What's your minimum cost? What's your minimum rate that you can run for and pay for everything? The most important of those two sheets is your minimum cost per mile for your business. Because look, you may have a week or two at the minimum, but things will look up and your profits will go up. And then the other one can get paid. But you got to keep your business alive through the hard times to make the profits in the good times. You know, you can't fall victim to the I don't want to work disease, or I want to stay home and look at the pretty truck in the yard. Look, if that thing's a yard ornament and you're just starting out, single operation with no financial backing, that truck's got to move. There's some people that have made it to a point to where they can stay home. And you can't let that affect you. Know your numbers and get on the road, because once today's over, you're not going to get a second chance. Use it or lose it. Once this week's over, you're not going to get a second chance to go back and redo the week. Your end of the weekly numbers are what they are. You can't change them. And numbers don't lie. At the end of the month, if you ain't had a good month, you're going to sit back and look at those monthly numbers and you're going to be like, man, I wish I would have ran a little harder. I wish I'd have done a little more. But you can't. Not at that point. At that point, it's too late. Excuse me. At that point, it is too late. And you're just going to have to deal with what you did do and try to pick up and do better for the next month, the next week, the next day. There was a guy, EMPTV, I think was his name. I watched one of his videos, and it was some of the best advice that an owner-operator could get. It's simple. The simple thing. Best available freight. Best available load. When you're picking your own stuff. Sorry, I had a phone call. I had to get that real quick. Anyway, when you're picking your own freight, you need to make sure that you look hard, but you don't take too long. I mean, you have to make that decision. You have to get moving. And before you know it, the day's going to be over and you're not going to be done made your load or set up your load for tomorrow. You need to make the best and quickest decision you can to get your truck rolling, to make money today. Because I'm going to say it one more time. Once today is over, it's over. You don't get to try it over. You don't get to start over at the morning and say, I should have took that load, and go back and take that load. Once that load is taken by somebody else, you can't make them put it back on the board. It just don't work that way. And you know, that goes for just about any business out there. If you have a business, you need to make money. You need to make your basic bills. You need to get something done. You can't sit around and expect someone to do it for you. It's all on you, man. It is all on you. Now we're going to move on and talk about a little business update, I guess you would say. Like I say, the business is still doing good. Today is Saturday, December the 22nd, 2018. And I'm just doing this little voiceover here to give you some advice and to give you an update on what all we have had going on our end. I had hoped to maybe get a trailer before the end of this year, but now I'm going to wait until January or February because my plan is a little bit more complicated and I don't want to rush into something and get a trailer I really don't like or a piece of garbage that is going to have a lot of maintenance on it. So we're going to wait until January, February for all that mess. Right now we're just finishing up the year. We're making plans for our taxes. I'm excited about seeing, what my gross and my net income is for the year. You know, it's been a busy year. I need to sit back and do a recap video of this last year and what all has taken place and what all has transpired. It's been pretty dang cool. I moved over to Advanced, and Advanced has been awesome working with us. And now we have this direct shipper, and we're home every night, and we're still making a decent paycheck. I'm planning on being off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so I'm actually going to get a 3-day weekend. We'll be back at it Wednesday, and probably working next Saturday too, because there's another holiday coming up. That's right, New Year's Eve is right around the corner. We get to enjoy fireworks, bonfires, good food. I'm hoping it's not going to be too cold, because it's fun to shoot fireworks when it's cold, but man, when it's just so cold you can't even feel your fingertips, it gets old really fast. I got to get the family together about that. You know, I got some driveway work to do at the house. We need to get some gravel brought in. But the truck is doing pretty well. I need to get windshields put in it, but I don't know when I'm going to get them put in. I need to get them put in before the first of the year to get that put on my expenses. But we'll see, you know. I'm going to call Safe Light today and just see about it, because I had a rock ping and now that sucker is running. And other windshields got that stress crap, but it's low enough, it's not in the eyesight. But if I get them to come out and put in one, we'll just go ahead and put in both windshields. But yep, I want to wish you all a happy and Merry Christmas. We're going to do a video with some road footage and some Christmas songs, hopefully put out on Christmas or Christmas Eve. We look forward to that. So God bless. Catch you on the next ride.